Hello and welcome to Interactive CAD and Tech. Today I'm going to be going through Affinity Designer. It's a very nice little bit of graphics editing software that I think is really good, and I thought a great tutorial to do for this would be to create your own custom YouTube thumbnail for videos. So I'm just going to go through some of the basic settings, what you need to do, and I'm sure a lot of you out there are more artistic than me. So just to get started, I'm going to go to New Document. If you don't get this splash screen coming up, all you need to do is go up to File and New. So I'm going to click New Document, and I'm going to go to I've already got a preset for a YouTube thumbnail. So this to set this up, what you need to do is create your own custom layout. So you just put the title in there. So I've called it YouTube thumbnail, and the ideal size for a thumbnail is 1280 pixels by 720. The DPI, you can turn it up if you want, just to get the quality a bit better, but I'm just going to leave it at around 200 or close enough. Documents units, I'm going to leave it pixels. Orientation, I'm leaving landscape, and I've left the rest of it default. But if you're to match me, my color format is RGB/8 and sRGB for my color profile, and the rest of it's pretty standard. But that's the most important bit. You want 1280 pixels by 720 for your YouTube thumbnail size. So I click create. Now that is just a white blank area of what we need to fill to create as ideal YouTube thumbnail. But just before we get started, I'm just going to go on the left hand side. Here's all your basic tools. So you've got selection, and I'm not going to go into in depth on a lot of them. You've got your image placer, crop, shapes, text, color matcher, grab. So it's, if you've worked with software like this before, it is quite pretty self-explanatory. And as you're using a tool, so for example, if I go to text, at the top is where all your options are for editing the tool that you've got active. On the right hand side, you have your layers and your colors and effects. So what I like to do when I'm creating a YouTube thumbnail is select a color theme. So as you can see in the top left corner, the Affinity Designer logo is like a nice light blue. So what I've done is I've gone online, searched free stock images for a nice background. You can use PowerPoint, wallpapers, anything like that. So I'm going to go to the image place tool, and I've just got a little YouTube folder here. And I'm going to use this background wallpaper that I found. And so I've selected the image, and it's asking me where to put the image. So I'm going to click anywhere. And if I zoom out by pressing Control or Command, depending if you're using Windows or Mac, I can now edit this image how I want. So I can make it bigger, smaller, and so on. So what I want to do is make it just slightly oversized, but that's just my preference for this style of thumbnail. Now this is the background. So this background or this image has come up in my layers. So what I'm going to do is just call this background. But now I want to obviously put text and logos and everything over the top of this background. But every time I click, I'm highlighting it. So what I'm going to do is right click on the background layer, what I've just created, by inserting the picture. And I'm going to lock it. So now that's locked, I can't select it. So now I can put text on top of it, or logos or other pictures, or I can but I can't edit it. So if I did actually want to use some of the editing tools, I'd have to unlock it. So let's zoom back in. So now what I'm going to do is insert my channel logo. So I'm going to go back to my images, and I'm going to go channel logo and insert it. So now this is my standard channel logo. If you look at the bottom of the video, you'll see this logo, but this doesn't really follow the theme of this background. So what I'm going to do is edit this picture. So just make it a little smaller. I'm going to put it in this corner for now. I'm going to use this little tool called color matcher. Sorry, color picker, but I just call it color matcher. So what I'm going to do is I want the background of my logo to match this light blue. So I'm going to select I've clicked on the dabber and I've clicked the colour I want, and as you can see on the right hand side, it's found it in the triangle. So it's saying, do you want to switch from colour to colour? So if I go back to my picker tool, now I've selected it in the colour dabber, selects my image, and as you can see, the colour I selected is still there. So if I press that, it's now switched the image on the background. Nice and easy, nice and simple to do, to get the colour themes, get the colour theme how you want it, so everything's consistent, because to make it more eye-catching and look a lot more professional. Now I've got my channel logo and my background sorted. What I'm going to do is add a bit of text. But before I do that, if I just draw text on here, you won't be able to see it very well, because obviously it'll fade into the background, or it'll just not look very professional. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a rectangle, or you can do it on any shape really, but I'll just draw a rectangle for now. And what it's done is it's remembered my last settings from my practice video before I made this. So I'll just, but up, yours should come see-through if you've never done this before, and you can just change the fill color to what you want, and the stroke color is the line going around the edge, which is set to none at the minute, but you can change the thickness of that and also change the color of the stroke as well. So that comes in handy. But what I want to do is make this, I'm just going to do that, because what I want to do is make this the background of my text. And I want, let's just undo that, that was a incorrect click. But what I want to do is go back to select. I've selected my rectangle, and I want to change the fill color to this light blue. So just in case I didn't explain it very well last time, I'm going to select, I've gone on the dabber tool, select the color I want to edit with, and it's changed it to the exact same color. It's also saved it in there if I ever need to use it again. So now I'm just going to go back to the selection tool, and I'm going to get rid of this 0.9 line around it by just going none. So now I've just got a rectangle. So another thing you can do, make it nice and big, is put effects on this rectangle. So if you go on the layers, I'm going to go to effects, and there's loads of different things you can do. You can put blurs, shadows, outer glow, and it's just a case of making it look 3D, and it's just a case of fiddling with it and playing with what you like and what style you like. And I'm sure more people are a lot more artistic out there than me. You can put outlines on it and so on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my text on there. So I'm going to go down to the text tool, and I'm just going to write, in fact, let's make it a little bigger. You have to drag it out to make it bigger, so I'll just drag it out nice and big. And just put create YouTube, if I can spell, thumbnail using Affinity Design. In fact, I'll get rid of the using, make it nice and clear and concise title, Affinity Designer. So now that's just your bog standard Arial regular text. So I'll just, unlike in Word and other software, if I move this box, it changes the size of the text and manipulates the text size. It doesn't keep the text size the same. So I want this to be the same size as this box. But as you can see, look, that looks rubbish. So let's undo that. So what I'll do is just make it a little bigger. Highlight it all to what I want. So I want it to be bold. I want it to be central to the box. And then I'm going to just I'm going to make it dark blue. So I'm going to make it match the dark blue on the background. So I'm going to get my little dabber tool. Click the back. So now instead of it being black, it's dark blue. So now I've done that, what I want to do is that I think, in my personal opinion, having a square with your text it's not as professional. So what I'm going to do is go back to my effects on the right hand side. I'm going to put in a little bit of blur on the rectangle. This is on the rectangle, not the text. Just to change this so you can still read it fine. It just looks a bit more professional. It looks like it's part of the background as well. And so from there, after that, I'm going to just make it a little bit bigger. So I've selected the rectangle. So you can clearly see what I'm aiming at. And I'm going to add in now, go back to images. Go back to images and I'm going to add the Affinity Designer logo. So you know, so now same again, this is massive, nice and easy, just drag down. So now you've got a colour theme that matches, including my channel logo. So what I'll do is I'll just edit this around a little bit. So now I've got the Infinity logo, it's blocking the text because I've made it so big. And I want to clearly let you know what software it is. So what I'm going to do is put this behind it. So to put this behind it, you just reorder the layers. So now it's behind the rectangle. And then on top of it, the top layer is the text. The rectangle's the second layer, which is the background to the text. Then my designer logo, and then my channel logo, and my actual full background. So what I'll do is just edit this around a little bit, make it look a bit better. So, and I might try and put a 3D effect on it as well. So it looks like a tile floating through. And then go back to layers. And I'll just make that a little bit smaller. Put it on top of the rectangle, but not my text. So now I've put a 3D effect on the logo, so it looks like a tile floating through the air. And I think that's a nice, simple YouTube thumbnail. Now you've completed your YouTube thumbnail, what you need to do now is go to File, Export, and select what kind of file is best for your video editing software. So I tend to use either a JPEG or a PNG. And then you export it to your desktop and insert it into your video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please subscribe to my channel. It'd be much appreciated. And put in the comments if you've got any other examples of using Affinity Designer to create a YouTube thumbnail. I'm sure people out there are a lot more artistic than me. And thanks for watching.